2020, a monumental year for both cryptocurrency and hopefully myself. Today I'm going to be talking about my plans for this year and what I want to achieve and bring to you all. In addition to this, I will be talking about possible long-term market moves and where I think we will be by the end of 2020. So hopefully you can look back on this video and at least one of the scenarios that I talk about today will have remained to be true. Before I get into this video, make sure to check out Automoon.io. This is a company that I have started where we offer a set and forget automated trading service, and I highly encourage that everyone take a look at this. If you are into Bitcoin, if you are into trading, this will be something of interest to you. And even if you have questions, even if you're skeptical, send me a message. I will try to respond to you as quickly as possible. But anyways, let's get right into this video. First, talking about some of my plans with Crypto Advisor and this channel. Obviously, 2019 has been a little bit of a slow year for Crypto Advisor. Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets just weren't what they were in 2018. And so overall, a lot of cryptocurrency channels have just slowed down. However, that's just generally to be expected. And in addition to this slowdown in overall interest in cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, my creativity on this channel has just not been top notch. It's not what it was earlier in my channel, and that's something that I really want to work on bringing back to my channel. Instead of making these typical market analysis videos that pretty much every single other cryptocurrency YouTuber does, I want to bring back more unique content, obviously very specific and focused on automated trading, as once again, automated trading, the entire reason why I created this channel is because automated trading is such a specific sector, such a specific niche that almost no one else knows about, right? Everything is very protected. No one wants to talk about it. Everyone with experience doesn't want to come out and give tips to new people. And so that's why I'm here. That's my entire original goal. And hopefully with a lot of the stuff that I've been busy learning in 2019, I will be able to transfer that knowledge and that information and bring it to my channel the best I can in order to help you all achieve success in the automated trading world. So I really want to stress that 2020 will be a year where I'm going to be focusing a lot more on my channel, as many of my businesses have now sort of settled down and they are more established now. So I will have at least a little bit more time to devote to my YouTube channel. In addition to this, I do want to upload at least twice a week for the entire year. So that is my goal for this year. Finally, let's get right into the market analysis and what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin. We are at a very interesting market level right now, and this is a level that I have been talking about throughout almost all of my videos now for such a long time. This little black box right here has been a level that I have been stressing and talking about for such a long time now, as this zone, this support point at the bottom, and these levels at the top are really so important for Bitcoin right now. This is literally the lifeblood, the reason why we are at our current price point. And it is also the zone that I have stressed is going to either decide whether we move upwards or downwards. And let me talk about why I think this is the case. First off, I do just want to point out the volume on Bitcoin. This is a widely known thing, which is sort of the descending triangle of volume, and that sort of indicates a possible breakout coming very soon. And so really in this case scenario, I think there are two important possibilities and situations for not only the volume, but also the overall market. As we can see, this current level that we're at, we are moving upwards, and I think that means that we are very, very close to testing this upper resistance. This is once again the point that will likely either determine the make or break for where the market's going to move, and that is because of two things. One, not only is this one of the last times that I think we're going to touch this resistance, but this is also one of the last times that we are going to touch this upper resistance within this support level, within this zone of accumulation that a lot of large investors are using. So what I think is going to happen is we are going to test this level, and then that is either going to decide whether we go into a bull market within 2020 or we go downwards. And in my opinion, we are going to see sort of a bear sideways market, something that we've seen previously, in a lot of longer term corrections that we've seen in the past. That's sort of what I think would happen if we move downwards. However, the reason so is if we were to move upwards and test this resistance point and then move downwards, right? Then I think the volume breakout would be a bearish candle. Meaning that I think when we break this volume, if we were to move downwards and fail the breakout of this resistance point, then I think this would cause a lot of momentum to come into the market due to the fact that we break this very important accumulation level. The thing about accumulation levels is that they're important as there's a lot of Bitcoin concentrated in this area, right? There's a lot of Bitcoin concentrated right in this zone. And that means regardless of which way we move, there is going to be some pressure against it, right? And so if we were to move downwards, then all of the people that have been accumulating at this level would lose a lot of their confidence in their long-term holdings, right? They may have thought that this was going to be a bullish move and, be the next all-time high of Bitcoin. And now that they see that we're going downwards, they're going to lose a lot of confidence and they're going to cause that sell-off, right? Even if it's not a new low, even if it's not a new $2,000 Bitcoin, we're still going to see quite a substantial sell-off to the point where I don't necessarily think we're going to be able to see a bullish move after this sell-off. I think, once again, a lot of people's confidence will be completely squashed after that move going below this accumulation zone. So even if we were to go upwards, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be some sort of moon opportunity. We aren't going to, just go all the way back up to $20,000 in a week. This is really going to be a point, since this is a accumulation zone, where it's going to move upwards, and then a lot of people are going to sell off from, just people who are generally FOMOing or don't necessarily want to have long-term holdings. So we're going to see some sort of move upwards, a little sell-off downwards, and then we're going to see continuation going all the way up. But that's why I think this accumulation level is so important, because it's inherently more important for the bearish move, since if there is a bearish move, there's going to be a lot of sell pressure. But then it's also determining in whether we're going to break out upwards, as I really think this is the last chance for the bulls to come through and possibly form a breakout of this resistance point. Now, as I mentioned earlier, those are really the two situations that I see in 2020. This is something that's going to happen much sooner rather than later, and then the rest of the year would sort of be determined by that. So if we were to break out upwards, I would see us possibly testing $20,000 by the end of 2020 if we were to break upwards. I do think, once again, since this is such a large accumulation zone, it's not going to be straight up. This is really going to be more of a sideways upwards move, sort of slowly throughout the year, possibly going to $20,000. But if we were to break out downwards, like I said earlier, I know a lot of people are saying that we're going to go down to $2,000 and something like that. I really don't think it's going to be as extreme as people think. Although there will be some sellers initially, as I mentioned earlier, from the accumulation zone, I think that initial spike downwards will not last a very long time. And just overall, generally throughout the year, we're just going to see a slow bear market, as we've seen in previous Bitcoin corrections. And it's not going to be anything too extreme. So if we were to go down to $2,000, it would be very slow move down to $2,000. And I also think that there's a possibility that we could just stay above the $3,000 zone. Once again, in a slow bear market, just sort of staying in the same level until eventually we go, all the way down and then start to move back up. But that would be very long term. And if this were to happen, then I would say by the end of the year, then we would go above the $8,000 level if we were to move downwards. However, if we were to break up right now, then I think that would be the case scenario where we would be at 20,000 by the end of 2020. Anyways, hopefully that gives you a good outlook on the year, what I think is going to happen. If Bitcoin was to go downwards, in my opinion, I will be shifting my focus a little bit outside of cryptocurrency, just because I think if Bitcoin does make this move downwards, then the interest in cryptocurrency throughout this slow bear market is just going to be absolutely dead, as we've seen in previous years. So it's not that I'm losing faith in Bitcoin if we were to go into this bear market, but it's more that I want to shift my focus to other markets in the meantime until we see some volume at least start to pick up in cryptocurrency, and at least some interest come back into cryptocurrency. But regardless, I want to make this channel very interesting in 2020, and I really hope that a lot of you at least enjoy the offerings that I'm providing, whether it be through my other companies or through my videos here on YouTube. I highly encourage you, reach out, contact me, send me an email, send me a message on Telegram, ask me some questions. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and see you in the next one.